If you are planning to start poultry farming, do not buy chicks yet. First, watch this video to make sure your entire production system makes sense financially and operationally. Because poultry farming is about doing small things correctly and consistently every single day. Managing feed, cash flow, housing, disease prevention, labor, market timing, and daily operations all at the same time. In this video, I'll show you exactly what needs to be planned before starting a poultry farm business. Most beginners fail in poultry farming before the business even starts because they plan the wrong thing first. They focus on buying chicks instead of calculating the full production cost. But chicks are not the real cost in poultry farming. Feed is the real cost. If you do not calculate feed properly before starting, you are entering the business blindly. For example, many people say, "I want to start with 500 broilers." But when you ask them how many bags of feed those birds will consume from day old until market age, they do not know. That is a serious problem because feed determines whether the business survives financially or not. If you are raising broilers, you should know how much starter feed, grower feed, and finisher feed the birds are expected to consume at each stage. A broiler chick eats small amounts in the first week, but feed consumption increases aggressively as body weight increases. By the final weeks, feed usage becomes very heavy. This is where many beginners start struggling because they only prepared for the starting phase instead of the full cycle. The same problem happens in layer farming. This is why poultry farming should be planned backward from the final production stage, not forward from the chick purchase stage. You should first calculate the total production cost until selling stage, then decide whether your capital can sustain the process. The second thing beginners fail to plan properly is cash flow timing. Poultry farming is about whether you can keep operations running continuously without interruption. Birds eat every day whether the market is good or bad. Feed suppliers want payment immediately, but customers may delay payment after taking birds or eggs. This means poor cash flow management can collapse a poultry business even when the farm itself looks productive. For example, a farmer may technically be profitable on paper, but if feed money runs out before market day, production performance immediately drops. Once feeding becomes inconsistent, growth slows down in broilers and egg production reduces in layers. Recovery also takes time. Poultry farming punishes inconsistency very quickly because birds respond immediately to management changes. Housing should also be planned based on production efficiency, not appearance. Many beginners waste too much capital constructing expensive poultry houses while ignoring operational systems that affect production more directly. A poultry house should first solve management problems. It should control temperature, allow proper airflow, support cleaning, reduce disease pressure, and protect birds from stress. Stocking density must also be planned correctly before production begins. Overcrowding reduces feed access, increases stress, raises disease pressure, and lowers overall performance. Some people try to maximize profit by placing too many birds in small spaces, but overcrowding usually reduces efficiency instead of improving profitability. Market planning should also happen before production starts, not after. Many beginners assume customers will automatically appear once the birds are ready or eggs start coming out. Some farmers produce successfully but fail financially because they never secured reliable buyers at the right time, most especially in broilers. When market pressure increases, they become desperate sellers and buyers take advantage of the situation. Another major area beginners fail to plan properly is disease prevention. Most people think about treatment after birds become sick, but serious poultry farming works differently. Disease control should already be planned before chicks arrive on the farm. Once birds become infected, treatment becomes expensive, production drops, growth slows down, and mortality can rise. Prevention is always cheaper than recovery. The first thing that should already exist before stocking birds is a vaccination program. You should know which vaccines the birds need, at what age they are administered, how they are stored, and who will administer them correctly. Brooding management is another area where many beginners lose birds early because they fail to prepare properly before chicks arrive. The brooding stage determines the foundation of the entire production cycle. Before chicks arrive, the brooder should already be prepared completely. Heating systems should already be functioning, feeders and drinkers positioned correctly, litter prepared, and water available immediately. Temperature planning is extremely important during brooding because chicks respond very quickly to environmental stress. If the brooder is too cold, chicks crowd together, become weak, and may suffocate each other. If temperatures become too high, chicks spread away from the heat source, reduce feed intake, and become dehydrated. Good farmers monitor chick behavior continuously because chick movement usually reveals whether brooding conditions are correct. Feed access and water access during brooding must also be planned carefully. Newly arrived chicks should start eating and drinking quickly because early feed intake strongly affects future growth performance. Weak access to feed or water during the first days reduces development and affects uniformity across the flock. Uniformity matters because uneven growth later creates management problems during production and marketing. Another important area beginners fail to plan properly is labor structure. Poultry farming is highly sensitive to management consistency. Feeding delays, poor cleaning, missed vaccinations, and weak observation routines affect production directly. Before starting, you should already decide who is responsible for daily operations and whether that person understands poultry management properly. Many beginners assume poultry farming only requires occasional attention, but poultry production depends heavily on routine consistency. Feed timing, water management, cleaning schedules, and bird observation must happen daily without interruption. If labor is careless or poorly supervised, problems develop silently until production performance starts dropping. Observation systems are especially important because birds often show early warning signs before major problems develop. Serious poultry farmers monitor feed intake, water consumption, droppings, movement patterns, and bird activity daily. Reduced feed intake, abnormal droppings, dullness, or unusual movement patterns often signal deeper health or management problems inside the flock. Farmers who detect these changes early usually control problems faster and reduce losses. Record keeping should also be planned as part of the production system itself, not as an optional activity. Poultry farming is a numbers business. If you are not measuring production performance, feed usage, mortality, medication costs, and sales accurately, you cannot properly evaluate profitability or identify operational weaknesses. For example, feed conversion ratio in broilers is one of the most important profitability indicators. If birds consume excessive feed without gaining enough body weight, profit margins reduce quickly. Without records, many farmers fail to detect poor feed efficiency until losses become serious. The same applies to layers. If egg production percentage starts dropping gradually, records help identify the trend early before financial damage becomes severe. Financial records are equally important because poultry farms often appear busier than they are profitable. Some farmers see cash moving daily and assume the business is successful, yet detailed cost analysis later reveals weak margins or hidden losses. Serious poultry farming requires understanding actual production cost per bird or per tray of eggs. Without proper records, pricing decisions become guesswork instead of calculated business decisions. The next thing that determines whether a poultry farm runs smoothly or becomes stressful is how well you plan your feed system in advance. Feed is not something you deal with after starting. It is something you secure before the birds even arrive. Before starting, you should already know your total feed requirement for the entire cycle, not just the first week or two. Another key decision in feed planning is whether you will rely entirely on commercial feed or combine it with local formulation. Commercial feed gives consistency, which is very important, especially for beginners. It ensures that nutrient levels remain stable and predictable, which helps birds grow or produce eggs at expected rates. The downside is cost, which can be high depending on your location and market conditions. Local feed formulation can reduce cost, but only if it is done correctly. The problem is that many beginners try to mix feed without understanding nutritional balance. Poultry feed is not just about filling birds, it is about meeting specific protein, energy, vitamin, and mineral requirements at different stages. If the balance is wrong, birds may survive but will not perform well, broilers may grow slowly, and layers may produce fewer eggs or inconsistent egg quality. In poultry farming, poor nutrition often shows up as hidden losses rather than immediate failure. That is why experienced farmers do not only look at feed price, they look at feed performance. A cheaper feed that produces poor growth or low egg output becomes more expensive in the long run because it increases production time or reduces total output. Good planning always considers both cost and performance together, not cost alone. After feed planning, the next critical area is production timing and cash flow alignment. Poultry farming is very sensitive to timing because expenses and income do not always move together. During production, money goes out daily through feed, labor, water, and medication. But money coming in depends on market timing, which is not always controlled by the farmer. For broilers, income usually comes in a single major cycle when birds reach market weight. If market conditions are unfavorable at that time, selling prices may be lower than expected, even if production was successful. That is why farmers must understand market cycles before starting production. Selling at the wrong time can reduce profits significantly, even when production performance is good. For layers, income is more continuous because eggs are sold regularly. However, even here, cash flow management still matters. Some buyers may delay payments while expenses continue daily. This creates pressure if the farm is not financially structured properly. Poultry farming requires enough working capital to keep operations running even when payments are delayed. Another planning area many beginners ignore is equipment readiness. Feeders, drinkers, brooding systems, storage containers, and cleaning tools must all be ready before birds arrive. If equipment is insufficient or poorly arranged, it creates management inefficiencies from day one. Birds may not access feed properly, water may become contaminated, or cleaning may become difficult. Equipment planning should match the number of birds being raised. Underestimating equipment needs leads to competition among birds for feed and water, which affects uniformity and growth. Over time, poor equipment planning reflects directly in production performance, even if other systems are well managed. At this stage of planning, everything starts connecting together: feed, cash flow, market, equipment, and daily management. Poultry farming is a system where each part depends on the other. If one part is weak, the entire system feels the pressure. That is why proper planning must cover all critical areas before the first chick arrives on the farm. Once feed, cash flow, and basic production systems are understood, the next thing that determines whether a poultry project succeeds or struggles is housing and actual farm layout. This is where many beginners underestimate the importance of simple design decisions that directly affect bird performance every single day. Before building anything, you need to be clear about what problem your housing is solving. Poultry housing is not about appearance or complexity. It is about creating a controlled environment where birds can grow or produce efficiently with minimal stress. If the structure does not support that, then even good feed and good chicks will not perform as expected. The first thing that matters is location. The poultry house should be in a place that is dry, well drained, and not exposed to constant flooding or damp conditions. Moist environments inside or around the house increase disease pressure very quickly because bacteria and parasites thrive in such conditions. If water collects around the house during rain, it becomes a long-term problem that affects hygiene and bird health continuously. Air movement is another critical factor. Poultry houses must allow fresh air to move through without exposing birds directly to harsh winds. Inside the house, space management must be planned before birds arrive. Stocking density should match the size of the structure, not the number of birds you wish to raise. Biosecurity is another part of planning that should be set before production starts, not adjusted after problems begin. This simply means controlling what enters and leaves your poultry environment. Many beginners ignore this because it looks simple, but most disease problems start from weak control of movement. Visitors, equipment, shoes, and even feed delivery can introduce contamination if not managed properly. A properly planned farm should already have a system for controlling access. This includes limiting unnecessary movement into the poultry house, ensuring basic disinfection measures are in place, and keeping different poultry age groups separated if possible. Mixing ages or allowing uncontrolled access increases disease risk because younger birds are more vulnerable. When everything is already planned and birds are finally on the farm, that is where the real management starts. The first few days after chicks arrive are not about profit or production. They are about stability. If those early days are poorly handled, everything that follows becomes harder to control. The first focus is adaptation. When chicks arrive, they are coming from a controlled hatchery environment into a completely different setup. That transition must be smooth. They need immediate access to clean water and feed, and the environment must be stable enough for them to settle quickly. Any delay in getting them comfortable affects early growth and survival. During this stage, observation becomes more important than action. You are not trying to do many things at once. You are simply watching how the birds respond. Feed intake in the first days is a key indicator. If chicks are not eating well, it usually means something in the environment is wrong. It could be temperature, lighting, stress, or poor adaptation conditions. Once feed intake is low at the beginning, recovery becomes difficult later. That is why serious farmers prioritize early feeding behavior more than anything else in the first stage. After the first critical days, the focus shifts into consistency. Feeding must happen at the right times every day, water must always be clean and available, the house must remain dry and well managed. Once routines are established, they must not keep changing because birds respond strongly to consistency. Any irregularity in management reflects in performance. As the birds grow, monitoring becomes more data-driven. You should not rely on guessing whether the farm is performing well. You should be observing measurable indicators like growth rate in broilers, uniformity of the flock, feed consumption trends, and in layers, egg production consistency. These indicators tell you early whether the system is performing correctly or whether adjustments are needed. One important point many beginners miss is that small problems should be corrected early, not ignored. In poultry farming, small issues rarely stay small. A slight drop in feed intake, a minor increase in mortality, or a small change in behavior often develops into a bigger problem if ignored. Good farmers act early based on early signs instead of waiting for full breakdowns. As production continues, you also need to stay aware of timing. In broilers, there's a specific market window where birds perform best economically. Holding birds too long increases feed costs without matching growth benefits. In layers, the production curve changes over time, and you need to understand when performance is strong and when it naturally starts declining. Timing decisions affect profitability directly. Once a cycle is completed, serious farmers do not immediately rush into the next batch. They first evaluate performance. They ask simple but important questions. Did feed costs match expectations? Was mortality within acceptable limits? Did growth or egg production meet targets? Were there hidden losses that were not noticed during production? This reflection phase is what separates repeated failure from steady improvement. Scaling only happens after understanding your first cycle properly. If the first cycle was poorly managed, increasing bird numbers only increases the scale of mistakes. But if systems were stable and predictable, then scaling becomes a controlled process. Growth in poultry farming should always follow system strength, not emotional confidence after a single good result. At the end of the day, poultry farming is simple in idea, but very strict in execution. It is not about doing many different things, it is about doing the right things properly, consistently, and at the right time. Once you understand that, everything becomes easier to manage and your decisions become more practical instead of emotional. I'm currently working on a poultry mobile app designed to help simplify some of these processes we've talked about, especially planning, tracking, and day-to-day farm management. If you're interested, you can join my Telegram channel through the link in the description so you get updates when it's ready. If you found this video useful, like it and subscribe for more practical poultry content. And on your screen right now, there's another video that goes deeper into poultry farming. Watch it next to continue learning.